India has joined the exclusive club of nations armed with intercontinental ballistic missiles after successfully test-firing its own. It's called the Agni 5, translated from Hindi as fire. The rocket can carry a nuclear payload as far as Europe or China. Now, discussing the reasons behind India's lurch for an ICBM, Dr. Sriram Chaulia of the Jindan School of International Affairs believes that it's an attempt to stand up to both China and America.
An ICBM, with 5,000 kilometers range, certainly can target most parts of China. And I think the Indian strategic establishment has felt vulnerable, especially with regard to China, because it has long had this capability of keeping the whole of India within its striking range. India and China may be having a relatively smooth relationship, especially in the economic sphere, but there are tensions and there are lingering mistrusts that go back to over 50 years. There's also this naval race going on simultaneous to the missile launches. So I think India feels like it is in a neighborhood where it cannot take anybody's intention for guaranteed, and therefore it needs to help itself through these kinds of tests. If you think about it, the maximum strategic rivalries in the world are now all hovering around Asia and Asia Pacific. I think, we also need we need to look at the larger global factors here. The United States considers itself a resident power in the Asia Pacific, and that creates its own tensions and anomalies insofar as it frames the India-China relationship in a different light. The Chinese think that India is being used against them, and India wants to assert itself as somewhat independent, both of China and the United States. But then China is growing, and it's growing at a much faster pace than India. So India will have to play a much more calibrated role than just viewing itself as a swing state between China and the US.
Live from Moscow, this is RT. Now, the UN chief has admitted that Syria's seen an escalation